As the Scottsdale Community College Faculty Senate President, I now declare this 2023 commencement ceremony officially open. Please stand if you are able to as Haley Haynes leads us in the national anthem and Sistine Lewis, Miss Indian Arizona 2022-2023, shares with us a land acknowledgement.
Scottsdale Community College credits the diverse Indigenous peoples still connected to the land on which we gather. Our college resides on the tribal territory of the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian community. SRPMIC is a federally recognized nation, one of 22 Arizona indigenous nations and one of 574 across the United States. Attached to this physical space is a painful history of the forced removal and the resulting intentional genocide of its indigenous people. We remain appreciative of our ability to teach, learn, and serve in a space of such importance and reverence. SEC acknowledges the land on which we are situated today as the traditional land and home established by executive order on June 14, 1879, of two distinct tribal nations, the Onk Akimel O'odham, Pima, and the Xalychidom Piipaash, Maricopa people. We take this opportunity to thank the original caretakers of this land. We offer our respect to their elders and to all O'odham and Piipaash people of the past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you to Sistine and thank you to Haley. Let's have one more round of applause for our two amazing students. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Lashinsky, and I am proud to serve as the fourth president of Scottsdale Community College. It is both an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the 53rd commencement ceremony, a very special event when we salute the accomplishments of you, our 2023 graduates. And honestly, y'all can grab a seat right now as well, too. It's a privilege to be with you, all of our students, to celebrate this educational milestone. We're so proud of you, and I hope you see that tonight. Our goal is to celebrate you in as many ways as we can. Before we begin, though, with our ceremony, I would like to introduce the members of the stage party, or quite honestly, we'll call this the home plate party for the rest of the evening. First, to my right, Ms. Ramona Goff, our Scottsdale Community College Faculty Senate President for 2022 and 23. Next, Ms. Colleen O'Neill, our Vice President of Administrative Services. Next, Mr. Martin Harvier, the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian Community President. Miss Susan Bittersmith, a proud supporter of Scottsdale Community College and one of our governing board members for the Maricopa County Community College District. Miss Bettina Sellis, the acting vice chancellor and provost of the Maricopa County Community College District. Now to my left, Ethan Brigstock, who will be one of our student speakers later this evening. Gabriel Garcia, who is our alumnus speaker this evening. Dr. Demita Kalustian, our interim vice president of student affairs. And Dr. Eddie Lamperez, our dean of instruction. Graduates, we are very grateful that you chose Scottsdale Community College for your educational journey. While here, I hope you experienced a sense of belonging. When you walked into campus, walked into a classroom, I hope you felt the sense that someone at the college cared about you. Whether that was the first person you came in contact with in the Welcome Center, maybe it was a tutor in one of our tutoring centers, maybe it was our faculty member that was giving you the best instruction he or she could. I hope you felt a sense of care and that a sense of pride in being a Scottsdale Community College artichoke. There are hundreds of staff and faculty that really work both in and out of the classroom to support your success. I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to each of them right now. First, when you came in this evening, you probably were greeted by someone wearing a green Fighting Artichoke shirt. There are a number of volunteers and committee members for our graduation committee that really helped to put on this amazing show tonight and even gave us this amazing weather. So if you are one of our volunteers or committee members, could you please stand or wave, and let's give a round of applause to those individuals. Next, there are a lot of employees who do a lot of work behind the scenes. Whether it's our student affairs professionals, our IT professionals, our maintenance and facilities and groundskeepers, our advisors, our tutors, they work tirelessly to ensure that you all have a successful experience at Scottsdale. So our staff, our employees, would you please stand or wave and be recognized? Let's have a round of applause for all your efforts to support our students. And finally, I would like to recognize our faculty who are sitting right in front of me, a little bit off to my right. In the classroom, you make a difference. I hear it from our students all the time. As I talk to them about their experiences at Scottsdale, they tell me how much they enjoy their instructors. They tell me how proud they are to be in classes with such talented individuals, and you mean the most to them. Our faculty teach because they care. They want to invest in you, our students, and your success. So if you're a faculty member with Scottsdale Community College, would you please stand and let's have a big round of applause for our faculty. Now, graduates, I know that you're here today because of your hard work. I don't question that at all. But I know all of you also had a network around you, a support network that helped you to be successful. Whether that's your parents, partners, spouses, friends, grandparents, neighbors, whomever it may be, I'm sure there was someone who, when things were going a little difficult, that you leaned on them and they encouraged you to continue on and pursue. So I'd like to do, graduates, I'd like you to stand up, look around, try to identify who that person is in the stands, give them a wave and a shout out and a nice round of applause, because your network also makes a difference. If y'all can see the smiles on the faces I'm seeing right now, it's very clear that the network and support and love around each of our graduates is very deep. SCC is proud to be the only public community college in the nation to be situated on Native American tribal land. Our location provides Scottsdale with a unique opportunity to partner in service to our host, the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian community. This partnership makes SCC an extraordinary place with a special spirit. It is my distinct honor to introduce and welcome someone who has been incredibly kind and warm to me. We've had the opportunity to meet on multiple occasions, and every time I am humbled to be in his presence. His warmth and kindness shines through, and I'm honored that he's here with us this evening. Would you please join me in giving a warm round of applause to the president of the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian Community, Mr. Martin Harvier.
President, thank you for those kind words. It's an honor this morning to be here again to say a few words. You know, this evening when I arrived a little bit early, and I sat out in the parking lot, and I watched a lot of you graduates walking from the parking lot into the stadium. And I watched you, and I could see a lot of you had a lot of smiles on your face. I seen you walking with maybe your significant other, your parents, your grandparents. I'm not sure who was with you. And as you were walking, I was kind of thinking, what's going through their minds? What's going through their minds of where they're at in life? You know, speaking of life, I want to recognize, and I'm not going to recognize them by person, but I want to recognize our community members that are part of the students that are graduating this evening. I want to say congratulations to you in getting your certificates this evening and furthering your education. I want to thank Sistine Lewis, Miss Indian Arizona, for the land acknowledgement. She mentioned an important date in our community being established of June 14th, 1879 by then President Rutherford B. Hayes. It identified our land base at being about 53,600 acres. I want to share with you that 6 months prior, that same President, Rutherford B. Hayes, by executive order on January the 9th of that same year, identified our boundaries of over 680,000 acres of land. And if you were to lay that over the current metropolitan area, the boundaries of the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian Community would cover Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Tempe, Mesa, all the way up into the Salt River Canyon. So for 6 months, those were, by executive order, the boundaries of the Salt River Indian Community. 6 months later, by same president, as mentioned, it was changed to what we currently have is 53,600 acres. So this is the ancestral lands of the O'odham and the Piipaash people. And I just think it was important, and thank you, Sistine, for acknowledging that this is the ancestral lands of our ancestors. So thank you for doing that. So this evening, again, I have this great opportunity to say a few words. I, again, just want to congratulate all of you. And being in a baseball stadium, I hope one day, personally, because I love baseball, that I'd be standing at a pulpit like this, being inducted into the Hall of Fame of baseball, but that never happened. But I'm here as an analogy for you. Where are you at? Where are you at in life? Are you at home? Are you finished? Or are you at first base? Or are you at second base? Or are you at third base? Working your way to home as far as what you want to achieve as far as your academics. If you're wanting to continue, these individuals here were the ones that were on deck or in the hole that helped you get to that next base. Or they're the ones that are sitting in the stands that helped you get from base to base, hopefully getting here to home where we say we scored a run. Tonight, you all scored a run because you're here. And I want to, again, acknowledge your achievements and congratulate you. And again, I want to say something else here too, because we had a tribal council meeting today, and I believe we have 3 of our council members that are here, all graduates of the Fighting Artichokes. And one of our council members has a son that's graduating tonight, Councilmember Doka, and I see her sitting right up there, that has a son that she's very proud of. And again, I said I wouldn't identify anybody, but I had to identify her because she let us know she was going to be here. But I see others like Mr. Garza, and I see Bryce McGirt. I see, Bryce, you got a fat head way up there if you don't know that, but you got a fat head. But I just wanted, again, just be able to acknowledge, because I believe in the early 70s, when the agreement was made by then leadership of this community to allow the construction of this college on tribal land, our tribal land, was for what's happening today, is that our memberships are taking advantage of the college and furthering their education. So this evening, I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, President Javier. And I knew when he and I met for the very first time, we actually were talking baseball. We talked about having a catch one day or maybe taking batting practice with the Artichoke baseball team. That still hasn't happened yet, but that's on my to-do list or my dream list for the future. So thank you once again, President Javier. Now we're in for a very special performance. As I said, this evening is really about our students. And what better way to showcase our students than hearing them sing and perform? And so last evening, I had the great opportunity to see our concert choir in concert at SCC, and they were tremendous. So we're in for a wonderful, wonderful performance this evening. Under the direction of Dr. Kira Zeman-Rugen, the students will be performing Home by Dr. Drew Pearson and Greg Holder, arranged by Greg Gilpin and accompanied by Mary Wagner. Again, that's Dr. Kira Rugen, our Scottsdale Community College concert choir. Let's have one more round of applause. That was just beautiful. And you might sense a little bit of a theme tonight. Obviously, we're at home plate, so don't mean it that way. But we do truly hope our 2023 graduates felt like SCC was like a place like home. And you'll hear that in multiple times for the rest of the evening as well. So with that, we'll now hear a little bit more about our graduates. This academic year, Scottsdale Community College will award 611 associate degrees and 203 certificates of completion. We have approximately 170 graduates here tonight to participate in today's ceremony. While we're celebrating all of our graduates today, there are some traditional academic traditions and distinctions that we do want to recognize. 122 of our students will graduate with distinction, where students have a 3.5 to 3.69 GPA, and that will be marked by a white honor cord that you'll see around their gown. 78 students will graduate with high distinction, which are students with a 3.7 to 3.89 GPA, and that will be marked with a red honor cord. And then there are 63 graduates with highest distinction, which are students with a 3.9 to 4.0 GPA, and will be donated by a gold honor cord. Let's have a round of applause for our with distinction graduates. In addition to these traditional academic distinction awards, you'll also note our graduates will be wearing stoles or medallions or additional cords or ribbons signifying their affiliation or status with possibly Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, our honors program, possibly a veteran student, or other student organizations. To those who have achieved these recognitions and those congratulations, please wear your stoles, your medallions, and your ribbons with pride. You've earned those. So congratulations, everyone. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker for the evening. And I've had the pleasure to get to know Ethan Brigstock over this spring semester. He's graduating with an associate in arts, an emphasis in psychology. He's pursuing his bachelor's degree in neuroscience. We had the opportunity to have lunch a few weeks ago, and it was just fascinating to connect with him, listen to his world travels, and just listen to the care that's deep inside his heart. So please, let's give a warm artichoke welcome to Ethan Brigstock.
Hello, everyone. I'm so honored to be here with you today as your student commencement speaker. Before I start, I would like to say thank you to my fellow classmates and the friends and family who showed up today. This is awesome. This is such an important moment in your life. I would also like to say thank you to faculty, administration, and Dr. Eric Lashinsky as well. I believe that human beings are amalgamations of their experience. The people that we meet, the places we go, the things that we do and have done to us, all carve lines in us that fundamentally define and change who we are. I am no exception. And I would like to tell my story here today of being between homes in high school and how Scottsdale Community College offered me a second chance. I want to begin this story today by talking about my parents. My dad was a professional golfer in his 20s, traveling and playing in golf tournaments all over the world. And during his travels, he learned a love for food, which would be passed on to me from a young age. My mother is an accomplished gospel singer who has sung in churches throughout the world. I have fantastic parents. I love you guys very much. Thank you. They would move to Atlanta, Georgia in the 90s, and were in the process of receiving their green cards. But after the events of September 11th, 2001, all immigration came to a screeching halt. With time running out on their visas and no progress being made on green card applications, it was recommended that my parents drop everything and return to Australia. It wouldn't be soon before they returned to America, immigrating again in 2007. I was 6 years old when this happened, and I had a very happy, normal childhood. Around the time of middle school, we started moving around a decent amount, and by the time I entered high school, I had attended 4 different schools. And then in my junior year of high school, my mom tragically lost her job at no fault of her own. Being immigrants from Australia, my parents' immigration status was fundamentally tied to their work. This made the process of immediately getting employment tricky because of their immigration status. Over the next few months, we would bounce from place to place while my mom secured a job. We would usually stay with family friends, other times at hotels or motels. But regardless, with no way for me to make it to class, my high school GPA took a massive hit. After things subsided, I finished my last few required classes to receive my high school diploma online. But I felt like I would never have the option to go to college. Because of the adversity I faced in high school, my junior year grades were a mess. I had no financial backing or ability to pursue a higher education. Instead, I pursued a career as a professional chef. From the ages of 17 to 20, I worked in some of the best kitchens in the United States. I worked my way up, opened multiple restaurants, developed menus, and was even part of a kitchen team that would go on to be rated #2 in the world. Thank you. But despite my achievements, I felt horribly unfulfilled. Every night, I'd come home wired with adrenaline from the intensity of the job. To fall asleep, I used to watch biology and neuroscience lectures posted on the Stanford University YouTube channel, and I quickly fell in love with the subjects, which I know makes me sound like a complete nerd. Every night, I would be more excited to come home and learn about biology than I would be to cook. I knew that I had to pursue this as my career, but I was completely unfamiliar with the college system. I wasn't even sure if I could get into any colleges because of my high school GPA, and I didn't know if I had the skills to succeed in a serious academic environment. I knew innately that I was capable of pursuing my goals, but I just needed a second chance to prove it. And SCC gave me that second chance. The exceptional faculty and resources made available to me by this institution showed me that I am capable of pursuing both my academic and professional goals. I would like to share another story of an opportunity given to me by SCC faculty that changed my life. Last semester, I was given an opportunity to be a research assistant at St. Vincent de Paul, a community-run charity organization that seeks to house, heal, clothe, and feed the local community through a network of kitchens, shelters, dental and medical clinics, rehabilitation facilities, and more. I was tasked with understanding the needs of the people at the Washington Street Shelter, a 200-person transitional housing program located in downtown Phoenix. I conducted over 30 hour-long interviews with residents and staff of the shelter, and I found that the most dire need within the shelter was someone to talk to. From this finding, we were able to understand that resources needed to be allocated to developing socialization programs within the shelter. Throughout this opportunity, I was able to use the education that I received while in the midst of earning my associate's degree here at SCC to statistically analyze my findings and connect it to prior research. In this way, the second chance afforded to me by Scottsdale Community College allowed me to have a part in offering a second chance to those affected by homelessness. Recently, I was able to discuss my experience at St. Vincent de Paul in an interview with Yale University, where I was asked to talk about a particular need in my community and what I've done to help solve it. It can be hard to connect the dots of the story of your life while you're in the midst of it. But as you look back, things really start to make sense. So far as my future is concerned, I am excited to continue and finish my undergraduate education. I've applied at multiple schools, including the University of Michigan, Stanford, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and more. I'm excited to say that I have been waitlisted at Princeton and accepted at University of Michigan. Afterwards, I hope to continue on to a graduate program in the field of biology or possibly medical school. Before I finish, I would like to take a moment to thank the faculty here at SCC. Specifically, I want to say thank you to Professor Matthew Healy, Dr. Eric Haas, Dr. John Nagy, Professor Sarah Cameron, Professor Vula Popovich, Dr. Sheila Brandt, Dr. Bonnie Gray, and Dr. Eric Lashinsky. You guys saw something in me greater than I saw in myself. I am forever thankful for the conversations, the opportunities, and the advice you have all given me. Thank you for creating a place I am happy to call home. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. What an inspiring story. We're so honored for you to call Scottsdale home. And just know whether if you're at Princeton or at University of Michigan, Scottsdale Community College will always be your home for you. Yes, you bet, absolutely. Congratulations. Our second speaker is an alumnus of Scottsdale Community College. This is Mr. Gabriel Garcia. Mr. Garcia is currently a senior financial analyst at Sprout's corporate office. He holds an associate in business from Scottsdale Community College, a bachelor's in finance, and an MBA from the W.P. Carey School of Business at ASU. He also achieved the rank of Sergeant First Class in the U.S. Army, earning prestigious awards such as the Bronze Star Medal, and he also received the Purple Heart. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Gabe Garcia.
Thank you, Dr. Leszczynski, members of the faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2023. It's my honor to be here tonight celebrating this important milestone of our lives. It's been about 10 years since I graduated from SEC, and the path to where I'm at today has been anything but smooth. I've encountered plenty of bumps along the way. But for tonight, I want you all to think about your own willingness to adapt to change in your lives. I grew up a few hours from here in Yuma, Arizona. I learned the value of hard work and perseverance as a child. My dad's side of the family immigrated from Mexico in search of a better life. I remember seeing my dad come home frequently exhausted from working out in the blistering Yuma heat. My mom had her hands full, but she always went out of her way to make sure me and my three brothers were happy. I'm a first-generation college student, although my path to academic success is a bit different than others. I joined the Army straight out of high school, which was just after 9/11. Just a little over a year later, I was already deployed to Iraq. Ended up serving 2 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. I served in the Army infantry, which meant I was frequently engaged in combat. On my last deployment, I sustained serious blast injuries in an attack that killed over 10 people, including 2 of my friends. I lost my right arm, most of the vision in my right eye, hip fracture, orbital fracture, among other injuries. As I recovered, I had to reevaluate my life and what I would do next. I realized that I now had physical limitations, so I decided that pursuing a higher education was the best route for me to provide for my family. As a resident of Scottsdale at the time, it led me to SEC. Think about this. I went from fighting in Afghanistan to becoming a fighting artichoke within a few years. You never know where life's going to take you. I had an interest in finance and its role in business, so naturally I chose to pursue an associate's degree in business. I was encouraged by faculty members like Professor Sandblom, who motivated me to continue my education, which at that point in my life presented new challenges: working full-time, going to school full-time, and raising a family. Since graduating from SEC, I've went on to receive my bachelor's in finance and my MBA from the W.P. Carey School of Business at ASU. I'm working in the corporate world as a financial analyst, and all this was set in motion from my time at SEC. As you can probably tell by this point, whether it was overseas or at SEC, I've encountered plenty of challenges in my life. But I never shied away from attacking them head on. And I encourage you all to do the same. And just by sitting here in front of me today proves to me that you have what it takes to succeed. As you move forward in your future endeavors, you will run into challenges, you will run into obstacles. So I want you to remember these few words from Theodore Roosevelt. There can be no life without change, And to be afraid of what is different or unfamiliar is to be afraid of life. As you all embark on the next phase of your careers and lives, I want you to keep a few lessons I've learned in mind. Number one, be adaptable. Be receptive to change. Your flexibility in hard times will lead to more opportunities in your career, and it will help motivate others around you. Number two, be proactive in your development. Speak up, make your desires known. Take on special projects at work. Rotate roles and responsibilities. I can't promise you that you're going to find the role or job that you love immediately, but I will promise you this, you will be able to cross off things that you don't want to do going forward. And number three, seek feedback. And this might make you uncomfortable at first, as it does for most. But receiving that constructive criticism is going to help your professional development in the long run. So now, I welcome you all as fellow alumni. You are all now ambassadors of SCC. I ask that you not take that lightly either, for you don't know how much impact your story is going to have on somebody else one day. As alumni, stay involved with SCC, stay engaged. Encourage others to strive for success as you have. Become a mentor. Give others your time and your effort. If anybody ever needs mentorship, reach out to me, look me up. I'm always willing to help somebody. So before I go, I'd like to thank my wife, my kids, my family, and my friends for always supporting me in life. And I want to thank you all again here tonight for having me. And to the class of 2023, congrats on your special achievement. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ethan and Gabriel. Those are truly inspiring speeches. Let's have another hand for our student speakers, please. So good evening. My name is Dr. Eddie Lamperez. I have the honor and privilege of serving as Dean of Instruction at Scottsdale Community College. Now, I could be mistaken, but I think this is what you've been waiting for, the awarding of degrees and certificates. But first, a couple of important items. I'd like to invite Professor Larry Tuwala and Associate Dean of Instruction Lucas Messer and Lori Bold to the stage to help with the reading of the names. Thank you. Now, a couple of operational items. A professional photographer will be taking pictures of each graduate on the stage with President Lashinsky. So it'll be right here to my right, and another photo in the grass over here to my right. After you receive your diploma and are back in your seats, you will receive instructions about a very important tradition involving your cap. Now, would the 2023 candidates please stand? Love it, love it. President Lashinsky, distinguished guests, members of the faculty and staff, graduates, families, and friends, at this time I present the candidates of Scottsdale Community College for certificates of completion and for the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Business, Associate in Transfer Partnership, Associate in Applied Science, Associate in General Studies, and Associate of Science. It is with great pleasure that I present the members of the class of 2023 who are to be conferred with degrees or certificates today. Would the first row remain standing and move forward for their degrees or certificates, And will the others please be seated until your row comes forward? Thank you. Get excited.
All right, first up, Ethan Jensen Bridgestock. Haley Allison Haynes. Jacob Michael Duran. Shelley Catherine Manzuza. Denver Reeves. Michaela Quinn Page. Dashia Lynn Arthur. Eden Elsie Brown. Jessica Rebecca Nunez. Giovanna Jessica Scardulo. Katie Lynn Young. Alexandra Rudischel. Stacy Vogel. Eleftheria Memetzes. Arlene Santamaria. Angelica Celeste Voisin. Joanne Matthews. Andrea Lynn Pagnozzi. Sophia Rose Linkus. Damon Weber. Raylyn Garcia. Bailey Elizabeth Grant Dumitrescu. Aranza Elizabeth Acosta Flores. Melissa Bernice Barraza. Jamie Lynn James. Yesenia Garcia. Inez Curley. Antonia Maria Hood. Felicia Denise Cooper. Ashley Elizabeth Harrison. Barbara Diane Terry. Bailey Noel Lawrence. Shamrea Bolden. Michelle Dubose. Paul Leonard Hansen. Michael James Shaver. Ben Connor Hendorf. Robert Michael Lovato. Joseph Michael Kobe. Theodore Brannon Scott. Andrea Monserrat Almazan Hernandez. Jessica Elizabeth Vera. Aiden Samuel Salvador the second. Brian James Garza. Drew Stolzborg. Tamia Nicole Brown. Nicholas Hester. William Carroll Burns. Paul Stanley Richardson. Noah Mitchell Foreman. Sarah E. Martin. Vanessa Janjuvelich. Sienna Olga Vasquez. Faith Roche Diggs. Cassidy Faith Meyer. Monique Renee Shim. Malia Eukestein. Adeline Nicole Amistitz. Brianna Defina Garcia. Odalis Suvedra Gutierrez. Mark Louis Bultelman. Lindsay A. McQueen. Sarah D. Lopez. Elizabeth Ann Pafumi. Ashley Nicole Ann Christian. Sabria Ariel Gorman. Christina Marie Baptisto. Yvette A. Terran. Rage Lee Arnold. Nicholas James Stredney. Callisto Ellen Craig. Chantuan Kylie Perjean. Felicia Lavette Bridges. Melissa May Kennedy. Jesse Ortiz Jr. Cynthia Sage Schmaltz. Anase Michaela Bell Malone. Jean-Jacques Daigneault.
Emiliano Amaru Borrego. Etiri Catherine Kiona Herrera. Bryce McGirt. Nate Ross Murphy. Mac Moran. Jesse Flores. Erica Lima de Oliveira. Amanda Ann McBride. Roberta Adelaide Coastley. Jasmine Legasby. Aiden Robert Rodriguez. Dana Simone Larson. Latrice Henrietta Hollis. Chris Loren Cheney. Alexia Posoit. Malena Jovenal Hernandez. Nicole Chune Kolkolchu. Rachel Bianchi. Emily Ortiz Hernandez. Oren Billy. Pratiwi Ningrom. Selena Don Alvarado. Bentley Ray Miller. Eva Venezia España. Bella June Swink. Haley Monet Compau. Brianna Charlene Fogelson. Daniel Hansen. Adam Vajastika. Brooklyn Lee Casey. Kylie Nicole Otrovsky. Shauna K. Rath. Savannah Michelle Jean Davis. Jersey Rose Lombardi. Melissa McNally. Samuel Malin. Samuel Hernandez. Everett Perval. Brock Beebe. Matthew Paul Robinson. Rudy Eisenbarger. Nilab Fanous. Shudarin Fanous. Lakeisha Shorty. Jasmine Cueva. Sienna Osada. Audrey Lynn Solka. Moises Abraham Escobedo. Nathan David Nicosi. Jeremy R. Standish. Matthew Adam Silberman. Christina Renee Parchcorn. Gregory Kenneth Sharp. Austin Charles Riley. Bryce Anthony Verburn. Amaya Siha. Ernestine Valencia Kill. Brandon Lameg Ramirez. Elaine Denny. Abigail J. Orr. Jalen Nikia Guerrera. Amaya Ellis. Paige Marie Morrison. Savannah Elizabeth Ochaba. Ellen Queiroz Noguera. Preston Viado. Angelique Yanir Chavez. Jonathan Oliver Haig. Elizabeth Marie White. Riley Saunders. Sabria Brayley Henderson. Trenton Bell. Stephanie Dillon Robinson. Kijana Jarnell Henderson. Carlene Lear. Sophie Lewis. Adeline Haney. Michelle Horseman Juarez. Spencer Heath Clinton. Melissa Dawn Ray. Monique Mary Duran. Lucy Marie Feldman. Jaden Angeles Horta Jimenez. Katie Nicole Le Rosignol. Christian James Muston. Nakiva Askia Burridge. Sarah Perez. Kristen Elaine Parmar. Andrea Ellen Hoover. Samuel Jacob Sostrom. Ryan Joseph Proper. Mary Nicole Jackson. Caitlin Elizabeth Hare. Rosemary Lonnie Godell. Samantha Marie Suarez. Kirsten Aurora Lujan. Marcus Wynn. Jing Yi. Isabella Normandy Terrero Ketchum.
All right. Can I ask all the graduates to please stand? On behalf of the faculty, administration, and staff, and by the authority vested in me by the Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board, I am pleased to certify that the members of the class of 2023 of Scottsdale Community College have met all the requirements to be graduates and awarded associate's degrees or certificates as stipulated by the state of Arizona and by the policies of the Governing Board of the Maricopa County Community College District. 2023 candidates, the movement of your tassel from right to left signifies the official completion of your academic work here at SCC. I now invite you to move that tassel. Congratulations, Scottsdale Community College graduates. And now, please direct your attention. Now that was all right. That was pretty cool. All right, congratulations, class of 2023. On behalf of all of SCC's faculty, staff, administration, we wish you all the best. We're very proud of each and every one of you. And remember, once a fighting artichoke, always a fighting artichoke. You bet. Now, family and friends, please remain seated until the last graduate has exited the stands. And here's how we're going to do this. First, our home plate party is going to exit, and they will be followed by the faculty. And then after the faculty, the students will go next. But students, we have a special treat for you. And as you exit, you're going to go under what we call, or through what we call, the honor column, a chance to acknowledge those faculty that you've connected with and have had made a difference for you. As graduates are exiting, we encourage everyone to continue the celebration by sharing your pictures and any congratulatory messages on our virtual artichoke wall, which will be projected on the screen. You can post using hashtag #ArtichokeGrad. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2023.